Let's go get some toys.
As a mother of 5 girls and the wife of her ward's bishop, Tatiana Pena has no doubt how her faith will impact her vote.
I think the fact that Donald Trump really understands the importance of the nuclear family, and a lot of his policies are to help strengthen the nuclear family. I think that's a big thing for me.
Tatiana is one of more than 400,000 Arizona members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The fast-growing Christian denomination counts nearly 7 million American members, nicknamed Mormons, largely concentrated in western states. In 2007, then Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney offered many Americans their first introduction to his faith.
I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and the Savior of mankind.
Latter-day Saints now far better known in pop culture, thanks to shows like The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Did you ever say that Jen is too Mormon?
The battleground states of Arizona and Nevada each contain large Latter-day Saints populations and have each received canvassing delegations from the Utah GOP, the state where the church is based and where its conservative lean has helped keep the state deep Republican red. But the Trump era has created cracks in the church's political foundations. LDS member Terry Sharp voted for Trump in 2016, but soon found she could no longer defend his conduct.
I think Trump's a character, but I don't think he has any character.
Jane Anderson says she could never square her church's teachings with the character of a man whose policies she would otherwise support.
Our church leaders have said when we evaluate candidates, they listed 3 qualities: integrity, compassion, and service to others. I just don't see that with Trump.
In 2020, Sharp and Anderson became part of the 18% of LDS voters in Arizona who backed Joe Biden, according to exit polls, contributing critical votes to his razor-thin 11,000-vote margin there. Their votes and those of other Latter-day Saints, particularly women, could be pivotal yet again. Trump making this direct appeal on Sunday.
We want our peace. We want our wives' and children's futures. We want our freedom to worship. These are staples for the Latter-day Saints.
The Harris campaign pushing back, running this ad featuring Mesa, Arizona's Republican and Latter-day Saint mayor.
I'm a lifelong Republican, but I've always put country over party.
Harris's campaign hoping to build a permission structure for conservative Latter-day Saints to vote Democrat, perhaps for the first time.
Is it hard to come out and say, I'm voting for Kamala Harris in this community? Is it?
It is. I frankly keep it to myself and a few close friends.
I have some news for you. More people are going to know.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm really proud to stand up for Kamala. I think that her integrity is tremendous.
But for Anderson, she and her church are still just as conservative, her principles the same.
Can you square your conservative principles with a vote for Kamala Harris?
So there is one conservative principle that I hold very dearly that is going to push me towards Harris. That is the rule of law and the peaceful transfer of power.
In fact, all 3 women say they will oppose the state's ballot measure enshrining abortion rights, with Pena, the Trump supporter, arguing that Harris's record on abortion issues disqualifies her with church members.
The first commandment that God gave to Adam and Eve in the garden was to multiply and replenish the earth. Everything that Kamala Harris and her campaign has been focused on is abortion.
A confluence of factors dividing a church that weighs conservatism with character, alongside family and faith, and whose members may find their choices this November wanting.
Trust me, I wish there was another option. I wish Nikki Haley was on the ballot. But I have Trump, and he's not an option based on my principles.
And Garrett Haake joins us now. He's in Wisconsin at the Harris rally. Garrett, what other issues may be giving LDS members pause when it comes to voting for Trump?
Probably the biggest one of the specific issues is immigration, and not just sort of how the border is handled, but how Donald Trump talks about immigrants and refugees. This is a church where mission trips are expected, where work with refugees are common, and a church that was persecuted inside this country. Mormon voters will tell you they know what it's like sort of organizationally to be treated like an outsider, and a lot of times they just don't like the way that Trump frames the plight of immigrants and refugees. And Tom, you know, we also talked about Mitt Romney in this piece. I'll just flag that he is someone who's obviously not going to vote for Trump. He voted twice for his conviction in Senate impeachment trials, but he's also said he's not voting for Harris. You know, those sort of lost conservatives without a political home, I think, are a big part of this race overall, and especially in the Mormon community.
Yeah, good point. Garrett, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.